I'm Al Madright, a Fort Nerd. And just when you thought you'd gotten rid of my ugly face, eh? You will never be rid of me. But, on a lighter note, my family made a rather peculiar decision at the snack aisle this afternoon. Well, when we went there. And we brought, well, my parents, and my mom, decided that it would be a good idea to try these chicken and waffle flavored potato chips from Lay's. I suppose it's a product of their Lay's Do Us a Flavor campaign. It's also a part of a contest, something about entering the code and winning some trip. I know that back in the day, Niv and I and a few of our friends submitted a lot of flavors. I can't remember exactly if we submitted the chicken and waffles flavor or not, but I think we might have. As it stands, these chips actually have a terrible reputation. My parents tried one, and they could not eat it. My mother suggested that we throw them out entirely. So I figured, why the heck not? I'll try them. That is a very peculiar flavor. So, when you open the bag, the chips smell like pancakes. Like, you can smell the syrup. And it's like a deep, rich maple syrup kind of flavor. Well, smell, I should say. Type of scent. I'm getting all mixed up with the flavor here. The problem is, your scent... The scent is overwhelming, and you think, oh, it's going to be really sweet. And it is, for like about a second. And then it turns into the taste of fried chicken due to some kind of powder that's on the chip. I'm holding one and looking down on it, realizing that you guys can't see it. Like I said, there seems to be a sort of maple flavor to it, but the flavor lasts for like a second before having the flavor of the chicken kick in. It's not like either of these are bad flavors. I mean, chicken flavored potato chips seems like a natural thing to do. We have chicken flavored everything else, but it's kinda not bad, but it is very striking. I think that's how I'll put it. It is very striking. Like I said, you first put it on your tongue, and it's got a really sweet maple taste to it. But then it just evaporates, and like the spices from the chicken sort of take over. And I know it's from a powder that's on the chips themselves. Perhaps I'm simply reacting to it weirdly. This seems like a fairly popular flavor. They are selling them in these overly large bags. Well, I dare say that this would be a decent flavor if it could make up its mind. See, that one didn't have any of the maple flavoring on it, so it was just plain chicken. On the rating of being a chip, they have a very chip-like look and texture to them, as you can see. Very chip-like. I'm going to give this a 77 out of 243 rating for chip looking likeness. I'm going to grade the maple flavoring, because the maple flavoring seems to be either really strong or really sparse depending on the chip. I'm going to give the maple flavoring a 10 out of let's say 76, because even when it does have a highly concentrated sweet flavor, you burn through it in an instant. And I'm going to give the chicken flavor specifically a 177 out of 3. Because the chicken flavoring itself, as you can tell, is from a powder, and if you get one of the chips that is folded over or grooved in any manner, it's going to have more of that powder on it than a flatter chip like the one I'm holding still. And that powder can be very overwhelming, as you saw. Overall, I do think these flavors work, but definitely not together. But then again, I'm a pretty strange person, so perhaps they do. Maybe you should give them a try for yourselves. Overall, I'm going to give this set of chicken and waffle chips from Lay's I wish they made up their mind out of 7. And I hope you've had fun this evening. Good night.